Perfect.
Is that our new intro?
Yo, that would be awesome. Just every time we just get a compilation of people in One Piece going, oi, oi, oi. And that's just the intro.
Sounds like it could get annoying after
Yuri wanted to talk about
why am I?
Sounds like it would get annoying now.
Did you see me floating?
Huh. Looks like Jameson's got a new episode out.
No.
My #1 fan thinks
But
about the fist
personally-
takedown.
I was floating.
Personally, I wasn't looking at.
with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with
I thought that was Jonah. I was like, what happened to your voice?
Two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle.
Spider-Man PS4 enhanced got to
As
him.
always, if you order Mr. Jameson's books, Spider-Man, Brett, or
You know, with the new
within 24
face,
hours
now we
of our
got new
podcast,
Jonah.
You'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge.
I think. No, wait, no, that's not. Yeah, new Jameson.
Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson.
So, since we're doing Spider-Man anyways, do you want to talk about the possibility of the Spider-Verse in the MCU? I don't think we've talked about that yet.
No, we have not, because we have not uploaded any recent videos that are recently recorded, to my knowledge.
Oh gosh, you're right. All the other ones are like 3 months old, huh?
Yep.
The newest one we have is the company ones, which are still like 2 weeks old when they were uploaded.
Yeah. And this is like going to be our most recently recorded video, and it's going to be uploaded fairly soon. Because, you know, I gotta upload all this by Thursday.
I finally have my pre-recording down to less than 100 gigabytes.
Nice.
And it's just Arc, I think, now. I think that's all I have. Finally. So much Arc, 100 gigabytes worth of Arc.
Someday,
The
Jonah.
cutscene's about that. Start. So, woohoo. Any second now.
It'll happen. Just give it time.
Now that you quit smoking, what do you tell people when you come up here?
That I need a break from their crap.
Fair enough. So, why'd you call? Need a date to the policeman's ball?
You got a black and white suit? No
Yes.
balls here anyway. We spent too much integrating Oscorp surveillance tech.
Worth it though, right?
It was. Till an hour ago. My sister
Man, they missed out releasing the
Citywide,
Spider-Cop outfit,
every
though.
tower.
How?
They tell me
Oh,
someone
that would've been
sabotaged
cool.
the central server, and now all the towers are offline.
They still haven't revealed the third
Inside
suit coming to Spider-Man
I'll figure it out.
Enhanced, but
Right
turns
now,
out
we need
all
to get
those
the
new
towers
suits are
back.
coming to Spider-Man
Fast.
PS4 anyways.
And you called
So.
me? Aw,
Oh.
that's sweet.
We'll be getting
I
the
called
Amazing
someone I
Spider-Man
could
suit
trust.
eventually.
Plus,
No
the signals are
date
scrambled
yet,
and we have
though.
no idea how to fix it.
Ooh,
Which,
I love a challenge.
you get to
Break
use
it, you
suits
buy
from
it.
a previous game
thought you
when you make a new
trusted me.
game.
With New Game Plus.
Let's take a look at this tower.
It would have been funny if she was like, do you have a black and white suit? And then you immediately change to a black and white suit. It's like, yes, I do.
Oh yeah, there is a black and white suit. That's called the Future Foundation suit.
Yeah.
Input
Man, we need to replay this with New
game.
Game Plus on and just be wearing a black and white suit.
Literally just the entire thing. And there we go, that's the joke. We're done. Series is over.
Shoot, I suck
We've
at
done
the...
it. I was doing comms. That's where I'm in.
We just had a tower come back online. Was that you?
Not just a pretty
No,
mask,
it
huh?
wasn't me.
Whatever
No.
you did, any chance you could do it to the other
Totally
towers?
didn't tell me to
Sure.
do that.
Anyways,
Just so you
yeah, we
know,
totally just
I had
talked
to
about
sync up
the
with the tower
Spider-Verse
fix it.
thing and just never said
I'm
anything
seeing all
about
crime
it.
data in the area
Yes.
now.
So did we talk about it?
There's a
No.
break-in
Okay,
happening near
good.
me.
Just wanted to make sure.
I mean, we can.
Don't bother.
Like,
Do you want to talk about it or do you want to not talk about it? I mean, we brought it up twice now, so I feel
I mean,
like we should.
I'm not fully up to date on all the Spider-Verse stuff.
Alright, so.
I know
outside-
the Electro guy's supposed to be in this new movie. At least he's
Alright, so here's the basic rundown of what's going on. The rumors are that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are returning in the third Spider-Man movie in the MCU.
Yes. I heard that.
There is basic evidence behind it, like J. Jonah Jameson having the same actor in the Far From Home movie, and Electro in the next movie having the same actor as he did in, I think, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, just one. And other than that, we know based off of the other movies that have been confirmed already that there's a lot of multiverse/timeline stuff going on in the next few movies. So it's not unlikely, or it would fit in well at least, with the theme that they're already going for of multiverse.
Yeah. Especially,
Phase
we
4.
already know there's a multiverse theme. We got Doctor
Yeah,
Strange,
they
the
hinted at it
multiverse
last
of
time.
madness as well.
They hinted at it in the last Spider-Man movie, however, they kind of just did a bait and switch with it. But the fact that they did hint at it in general. And yeah, multiverse of madness. The WandaVision is gonna deal with like timeline stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know, the entire, like half of Phase 4 is probably gonna have some connection to multiverse/timeline
Okay,
stuff.
wrapped up.
So
Thanks for that.
that's all
Now I'm seeing an
would
assault
fit
near
really
you.
well into
You're
a
in luck,
Spider-Verse
Yuri.
kind of
Your
thing.
favorite tough
And
but
then
lovable
the
grizzled
final
CGI
piece of evidence that a lot of people
What? No, 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 no.
are now
How would
thinking
you do that?
kind of confirms
Spider
it
Cop.
is that I think it was Sony replied to the rumors saying that quote unquote that hasn't been confirmed, which in the past has been business lingo for, well, yes, but legally we can't admit it. Because if it wasn't true, you would just say no. It's not true.
Get away from her.
But they said they were vague and said actually that hasn't been confirmed. Which you'd never say if it's not true. You deny it immediately.
Hey, I don't even know why companies answer like that in the first place, you know?
Oh yeah, they should have never answered. That's one of the things that makes it so suspicious. It's almost like they wanted us to know on purpose.
You know, this reminds me, oh shit, I'm getting beat up here. Donald Mustard was asked about something, right? He was the creative director of Fortnite, right? And he's like, I can currently not comment on this.
It's like, then the answer, yeah, that's the same kind of thing with the Sony comment. When they say stuff like that, the answer is typically yes.
Yeah.
That's why they said it.
Oh no, I remember what it is. Is Fortnite coming to Smash Bros? I think, you know, because Steve came in.
So that makes it sound like, okay, typically when they say stuff like that, it means at the very least they're thinking about it.
Or there's
So it
talks
makes
of it.
Yeah, there's at least talks about it. It's an option that they've thrown around and are thinking about currently.
Yeah.
So it means it's a possibility. It doesn't mean it's confirmed. It doesn't mean it is something that will happen.
All clear, man.
But it doesn't mean it's
I
something
knew
that they are
Jason was wrong
interested
about
in.
you.
At least a
You're
little
a
bit.
little weird, but you got a good heart.
And it most likely is going
Have
to
you
come then.
got somewhere to go?
Based
I
off
can
of the
take care of
reaction it
myself.
got, they'd be stupid not to do
sure
it.
you
I'm
can,
just gonna say
but just
easy
in
$1
case,
billion.
There's a place called the Feast Center.
Seen it. I don't want charity.
They got the best wheat cakes in the city, hands down.
Mom used to make those. Haven't had any in a
No,
long
if they
time.
do,
I'll
if
check
they
it
do
out.
Spider-Verse in the
Thanks,
MCU, that means
Spider
technically
guy.
the MCU
It's
Spider-Man can
Spider-Man.
transfer over to into the
You should be able
Spider-Verse,
to spot the next tower from
which
up
is
there.
also getting a
If
sequel.
they wanted to,
Yes.
if they wanted to, they could do that. Another thing I'm thinking of, this would be a very easy and convenient pathway
From his
to
elevated
add
position,
X-Men/Fantastic Four
Spider-Man
into the
destination.
MCU.
Surveillance
They
tower.
wouldn't have to make any extra work. They could just add in what's already there and boom,
What?
done.
Yeah.
Of course not. The chief never did understand Spider Cop.
And
Thought he
this
was a
also
loose
makes it
cannon.
easy for them to add
regretting
Deadpool,
this.
because, you know.
Yeah,
mean-
that way they could add in. Well, I mean, Deadpool
He could
matches
just
into
like
the.
he could just like come
X-Men,
in
though.
if you want. Yeah, but I mean it's Deadpool. He could just like exist if he wanted to. honestly.
Yeah,
But I
I
mean,
can modify these
Yeah, it gives
towers.
them-
Deadpool is a bit of a weird case, but he is technically part of the X-Men universe there.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're most likely not going to change Deadpool. Is what I'm saying. That Deadpool can just come in.
No, there's no way they're changing Deadpool. Isn't that one of the only rated R movies to ever
Score.
gross near $1 million
Towers
or
are
near $1
picking up
billion?
all kinds of
I
RFID
think
signals now,
Joker.
including
Joker is
Spider-Man.
the only one that actually hit $1 billion, but Deadpool got really close. I think it was like 800,000 or 800 million. I
And
mean,
then they tried the whole Deadpool 2 PG-13 thing. That thing failed.
Yeah. In fairness, it wasn't meant to do great because most people had already seen Deadpool 2. That was just a little extra, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was more of a
And
test.
wasn't that the Christmas special?
I do not know.
I think the PG-13 was the Christmas special version, which was actually amazing. I know a lot of people didn't see it because they didn't think it'd be good, but it was basically the same thing with a few scenes taken out, but Princess Bride references added in.
Yeah, I heard it was more of like a test because, you know,
Spider Cop's on it.
Disney.
If we're talking about the
but-
Christmas special, that one was actually really good. I really like that one. In fact, I think that is the one that it was, because I remember they bleeped out the curse words. Like Deadpool had a little one of those bleep buttons where when you press it, it has a little ding, and he would just press that whenever they were saying some. They really pushed the limits of what counted as PG-13 in that. Would I let a 13-year-old watch that? No.
Wow.
Not for a second. Does it technically count as a PG-13 movie based off of the rules that they have? Yes. Yes, it does.
But do I care? Nope.
No. They really use technicalities there to get that thing to say PG-13. So imagine if Spider-Man just got shot there and died, and then the game ended.
I kind of like how the screen is right here, and then when I exit, it goes back to normal.
Yeah.
Did you see the Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse suit? How the suit mod does the frame thing?
Yeah! A lot of people didn't like that. Personally, I'm indifferent to it. I think it does look a little awkward, I agree, but I think
But
it
it's
is
a suit
cool
mod,
effect.
so...
No, yeah, but I think it's pretty cool.
I think the hate, I've heard most of the hate comes from people not knowing if it's a suit mod. They don't constantly want the suit doing that, you know? But since it's a suit mod, say...
It's not a mandatory thing.
Yeah, and you can add it to other suits, too, if you wanted.
Wait, actually? I didn't read that part.
That's how suit mods work.
Spider Cop.
Oh, I just thought it was gonna be for that specific thing, though, because, you know,
You
Into the
know,
Spider-Verse.
you know, in this game, Peter has different suit powers that come along with the suits, but you can switch them around.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Oh, really? Yeah, but Into the... That's actually super cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So are we gonna just name this episode like Into the Spider-Verse or something? Or
Might as well.
Spidey Talk?
I mean,
Spidey time?
right now
I'm just
nothing
doing that.
but me doing Oscorp things are going on, so we might as well do that.
Just name it something related to this talk, because this is the only important thing happening.
Because right now we're just getting set up. Should I just go on like a grind and just like set up all the Oscorp towers? You know,
Not good.
forget about gameplay.
Can't have people taking pictures of my 3 chest hairs.
Oscorp Tower and Spidey Talks.
Tools I need for suit repair at the lab.
Oscorp Tower and Spider-Verse. I don't know, I'm just throwing out random name ideas.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna just like get all the backpacks.
Because it's just me, like, from far away, did those backpacks kind of look like the Xbox symbol?
Sony hating on Xbox over here.
Doctor, how did it go with the committee?
So how do you feel about the PS5 version of Peter Parker's face?
I
You like it? Are you indifferent?
I
Are
don't
you...
hate it, but I'm not a fan
Head
of
back
it.
to the lab for cleanup?
So you're just kind of like, you slightly dislike it, but not enough for it to really be a strong emotion.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen it like in game yet, so who knows? Videos might not do it
Bottle and
justice.
sell that man's optimism.
That is true, yeah.
like he's left the lab
From what
for the
I
day.
have seen,
Good time
I
to
don't
work on
like
my
it. I
second
think he looks
project.
way too young.
Yeah.
'Cause isn't he 25-ish, I think? 25? Yeah. I don't like it.
He's been Spider-Man for 8 years in this universe.
See, he looks like he's only been alive for 8 years in the trailer. Like, that's... Now Miles Morales looks older than Spidey.
Is this the mosh pit?
I wonder if they changed anybody else or if it's just Peter?
Yes, Otto Octavius had a changed face.
Oh.
He's also modified. His is not as obvious, but it is there.
I saw his face in that trailer, and he just basically looked like Otto.
Yeah, I think it's because you really just don't. I think they changed like some of it, but I'm fairly certain they changed his face a tiny bit.
They probably
Although it
cleaned
could
it
have
up.
just been it could have just been like a big graphical improvement. So I'm thinking.
maybe
I couldn't
a
tell if they
cleanup,
changed the face
at
or
least.
if it was a cleanup, like you said.
Because honestly, it
Should've
looks
been back and
pretty much like Otto.
Yeah, I think it might just be like the system difference that it's like a higher res. So based off of like the design, it just seems different because of it.
Yeah. Also, I plan on getting, or like I've already said, I plan on getting Spider-Man Enhanced. So instead of doing a series like we are on this with this Spider-Man, I'm gonna probably do like 3 live streams.
Yeah, it would be kind of pointless to make another whole series.
Yeah. So figured might as well just like get it out there on the channel, you know. But like,
Yeah.
don't make it like a series that lasts like forever.
Plus, live streams are better because it gets it on faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Less time we have to wait to get it all on, or else then we gotta ignore the whole 3-a-day rule and just upload it all at once. And then, you know, there's only so much your PlayStation can do. So then you're uploading maybe still only 7 at a time because it takes all day for them to go up.
Yeah.
And then you have the issue where sometimes it doesn't go through properly. And then you have one that comes out that's supposed to be like the second one, but it comes out like the 8th in order because you have to re-upload it.
Yeah, that happened with my first 2 episodes of Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, that's why that's why the rule of 3 works really well here, because even if that does happen, it's not that big of a deal. It's at least still mostly intact.
Yeah. And I mean, we can just like make playlists for it.
Yeah, I mean, we
Have
have
it in
playlists,
order.
we just haven't organized them in a little bit. We gotta do
Yeah.
that.
No, I completely forgot about where we are in the Arkham series.
I forgot that was a thing.
Well,
I kept
think-
notes of the subplot, and by that I mean the magic.
Did you really?
On God,
Wow.
dude, to defeat your enemy, you must know your enemy. Okay?
You've been studying the magic, Wolf.
I've been studying. Okay?
Alright, it's canon. We have not been doing the series because we've been studying.
Yes. We come back with like this very deep, explained lore.
Well,
Just
now
like you
we
see,
better-
there
now
are
we
actually
better do that.
17 temples of sacred holiness that are holy to the magical people. We must take all 17 down and defeat their arch leader in order to finally fight their boss and destroy magic for good.
And do you know who the boss is yet?
We haven't discovered him yet. We have to defeat the 17 sacred temples, remember?
And that's gonna be in a course of 3 games?
Oh yeah! Dude, I'm just thinking. I already got some notes. Let's...
You know, I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about Needle Drake, or
You know,
would you want to keep
The
that
thing
more
is-
secret until we get it done?
the issue with that is it just gets so tough to not talk about it because it could take anywhere from a month to 2 years. We don't know how long it's going to be till one of us gets a proper platform to start making it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna mention one of the characters, right? So I was, you know how Scarecrow exists, right? And we kind of
Yeah.
have this whole parody thing. So, I was wondering if we could get like a villain who kind of like Scarecrow, but his main purpose is scaring Noodles, and it's literally just a Scarecrow with like something stuck in it that keeps making sounds, and Noodles are scared of it.
Dude. I'm sorry, but you know how scarecrows are like an actual thing that scare away birds? This villain is a scarecrow, but instead of being filled with straw, he's filled with dry noodles.
Oh. Well, that took a dark turn, but okay, sounds great. And I have prototype drawings of them. They're garbage drawings, but you know, they're just my thoughts. And
yeah, you know, okay, if you've seen like professional artists for like manga or comic books or really anything, on their first draw through, it's always like really rough, ugly sketches that just let them know what's going on, outlines the general what they want something to look like or what they want the plot to be. It's never good on their first drawing. It's just to give a very basic idea of what they're going for.
yeah, and I've added little descriptions too. That way, if I told you guys about it or showed you,
I do not think you did.
I have not showed you yet. But I did add descriptions. That way, if I were to show you, you know, I had them. But my original idea, it was a scarecrow with like a crow stuck in it, and it just kept going ah, and the noodles were scared for like no reason.
Yes.
There's someone inside that car. They're pinned by debris.
And then I already told you about you know, I forgot his name, but you know, Batman's kidnapped sidekick.
Okay, so should we call him Scarecrow or call him like Scare Noodle or something?
I have him originally named as Scare Noodle or something similar to that.
I just put him as Scare Noodle for now.
Someone's trapped in that car.
No, I mean, we're probably going to end up going through a name change. I know the only character that's name is not changing is Noodle Drake himself.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's no way
of
that
course,
could
a few
change.
others that are locked in stone that we will not talk about for reasons.
I think Chen is officially like, hey, I'm gonna get a PS5. He's seen some of the PS5 stuff, so he's like, I need PS5.
Yeah, I don't think... The thing is, the only thing from PS5 that I actually see that I really want is Spider-Man PS4, or PS5, the Miles Morales one.
Yeah.
And as of now, that's not enough to make me spend $500. So I'm gonna wait on it, but if they end up coming out with more good, like, actual console exclusives, then that are like full-on exclusives that aren't on PC, then I'll get one.
Yeah.
But I'll have to wait because, you know, I just moved. I'm planning on going to college soon, so I'm not gonna have the most money. I plan on getting a PC when I can, but you know, I have separate saves. I have like 3 different places every time I get a paycheck that I'm gonna be putting money to. Obviously, money I'm using right away for, you know, actual living purposes.
Yeah.
And then money for future plans I have, and then money for the PC. All 3 different. So, you know, in the end, it doesn't leave much left over.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
My anti-drug.
Yeah, no, so I think we've mentioned how we felt about the Avengers pricing on the channel on one of our Avengers stuff. But how do you feel about the price change now that it's 50% off?
I think it's still a tiny bit too. I think it's still too high, but I don't think it's higher than your average game now. I think that your average game now is a little. It's unnecessarily high, but that's kind of like everything nowadays is overpriced.
Yeah.
So I'm not really gonna put it too against them. I think it is now at a place where it's no longer like what it was before, where it was just completely unacceptable.
At least we know they were taking feedback on it.
No, that's yeah, for sure. Because before it was like worse than Fortnite, which was bad. Now it's at least kind of barely above what most games are at right now. With
but the way you gotta look at it.
Yeah,
Avengers
Yeah.
is a $60
It is
AAA
still
title.
slightly more money than most, you know, in-app purchases or in-game purchases for AAA games cost. However, I don't think it's that bad considering that you're not really going to need to buy many of them. 'Cause let's be real, most of the stuff you can buy kinda sucks.
Yeah, and it's all just literally reskins of something that you can get for
Yeah,
free.
you're only really gonna
all the small
want to
times out
buy
of the woodwork.
maybe 1 or 2 things from each character.
And Iron
So
Man's
if you
like the
don't
one
have
that
enough already,
Iron Man's like the only one that really makes sense for the recolors, really.
yeah, because all of his are recolors, and it's hard to make an Iron Man look bad. Like, you really have to try to make Iron Man look bad.
Whereas Thor, I don't think he really has many of the same outfit that are blue, or just red, or
Yeah.
orange. And don't even get me started on the Captain America skins. I think they suck, all of them, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, I'm thinking they need to start... They need to really upgrade their skins and go full on. Alright, I actually have a lot of opinions on what they need to do for cosmetics to make them worth grinding out. Because right now, the game is not worth grinding. You don't get enough to make it worth doing all of this just to get the last thing that you need.
Sometimes I get like a very high power level gear, right? But like it makes all my stats go down like 15%.
Yeah, because sometimes the high power level gear isn't actually good. So
Yeah.
I think what they can do to make gear better is add in a more customization option so that normal missions can have customization drops that aren't that big of a deal for them to add in for you to just casually get from missions. So that even if you get bad gear, it's not all that bad because now you have extra customization options.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they could have like a, you know how a lot of games have like a player profile? They could add in a player profile where like you have the option to put in your favorite Avenger, unlocked only, so like if you haven't beaten the story mode, you don't actually get to put your favorite Avenger up there yet. If it's like Iron Man, you only get to put that up there after he's unlocked through the story mode stuff. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit of incentive to get the story mode done. There. A little extra, if they haven't already. Most people have. But then, since now you'd have a little character banner for you, for your player banner, they have options where they have obviously a player banner kind of outline, kind of background to it,
Yeah.
and then then they can have quotes as well. They take popular quotes from anywhere from movies to comics to
Or the
shows,
game
you know what I
itself.
mean? Or the game itself. It just takes popular quotes.
Like seriously, you're the best.
Yeah, and so you can collect those quotes and put it in like the bottom right corner, and that's like a little option. Like you don't even have to put a quote, but it's an option to add a quote to it. And there's also like titles you'd be able to get. So like you could get like Invincible Armored Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, you know, Prince of Thunder or something. And so you could also get titles to add to that.
I think they need to give Cap like some like shield customization, you know, to go along with his different colored outfits, like his white and gold one.
Yeah.
Give us a
Normally
white
I
and
would
gold
say
shield.
make Cap's shield customization part of his normal outfit, but personally, I feel like maybe there should be a separate customization option for certain characters. So like maybe certain
Cap
weapons should get it. Like, I think Cap should have a separate customization option for shield, because sometimes you want to keep it the same. You don't want that to change.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want it to be different.
Maybe you
And so
like his normal shield, but you like the white and gold outfit.
And that would make it easy for them to add extra customization too to the game, because now they could take all the different shields they have and make every single one, or that they would have.
Give him a broken shield, like how it was broken in Endgame.
They would be able to give him every shield and make all of those options.
And then like give Thor some like hammer customization.
Give him
like
some
give him
hammer
Stormbreaker.
options. Yeah, I was gonna say give him Stormbreaker as well.
Trading baseball cards.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, come on, fellas.
Maybe give him like an almost tech. I think like a tech Mjolnir would be cool.
And that
Like,
and
they
it should
it's like outlined with like kind of neon strips. You know what I mean?
Like, what about a Stark Tech Mjolnir?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it has like some neon outlines to it.
And you
Maybe
get
the
it when you
bottom has,
unlock
like,
the
a
Stark
glowing-
Tech outfit, you know?
Yeah, that'd be sick. And I'm trying to think. I don't think Iron Man really has any good ones. Hulkbuster, his Hulkbuster can be customized.
Like halting an illegal drug deal.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So you can get different Hulkbusters. And then, as for Hulk, all I could say is like, I guess Bruce Banner himself would look different for the other ones.
Yeah, imagine how cool it would be if you could just like transform from Hulk and Banner.
Yeah.
Well, in a
I
match.
can't think of anything for Black Widow that they can give her, except for like maybe like skins for her guns.
Yeah, but then who's really paying attention to the guns?
Yeah, those would be like really low tier stuff that like maybe you just collect via doing missions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's still options that are easy to add to the game. I think there's so many customization options you can add to this.
Yeah. You just don't... You know, what if you could like customize... You know how she has short hair, long hair sometimes? Instead of like a gun, that for some reason. I don't know. I'm just spitting out words.
Yeah, maybe like a hair override option because some people didn't like to have some change their hair color to white.
Yeah.
Some people like to keep it red, so maybe a hair override option where it keeps it as like short and red, or it keeps it long and white, and different combinations.
Hulk and Kamala, I still don't really know.
Hulk, I would think, would just change Bruce Banner's appearance.
Yeah,
Personally.
but you don't really see Bruce Banner a lot to
Yeah,
care.
that would only affect the when you're not in a mission.
But I'm
So-
sure if they tried thinking of something, there was something they could come up with.
Yeah. Kamala, I'm trying to think what they could do for Kamala. Thinking like maybe Kamala's technically the main character, right? Yeah, she's the main character.
Pretty
so
much.
I feel it's okay. She's the main character, so I feel like it's okay to give her a little bit of special treatment. Maybe give her like an actual accessory as a like maybe add something to the character. Because I can't think of anything they can change that would work.
Just give her cap shield for no reason.
Bro, imagine. So maybe.
She's just carrying around like a fangirl version of Cap Shield or a fangirl version of Mjolnir, maybe some Iron Man repulsors and just punching
like,
people.
Like maybe like have one where you could add like, remember those toy repulsors that she has? Like add those, like add a bag with those sticking out or something. You know what I mean? So she's like carrying around a bag with those sticking out, or like wearing a hat. Just like simple stuff like that.
Or she could be wearing them on her hands and punching people.
That was like a special one you can get via doing a mission, and it came with like an emote where she just goes pew 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 pew, pretending to be Iron Man.
Oh man, and this, I think.
No, okay, there would. Okay, you know how they have like iconic missions for every character? Beating the iconic mission would unlock that for Kamala. Would unlock like a Mjolnir accessory for Kamala, and she'd be able to hold it, and it would unlock a special emote where she'd be able to pretend like she's that Avenger.
And it would fit in with her character.
Yeah, it totally would, and it would give you more incentive to actually do the iconic missions.
Heck, it would give more incentive if they put some stuff like that. Not like all of it. Give some of it for free, of course. But if they put some of that stuff in the cosmetic shop, it'd give people more incentive to buy stuff. 'Cause who wants to sit there with like a gold Iron Man when you could like get a different looking gold Iron Man for free?
Yeah, for sure. And also, with all of these extra options you would have, it'd be very easy to add some easy, like low-level stuff to actual missions, so that while you're doing all that hours of grinding to get that one skin you want, it doesn't feel pointless because you are getting actual customization options in the process. Like I was saying earlier, like titles and quotes and like character and player profile banners and other stuff that you can get and little stuff like that, because they would be able to make those super quick and super easy. you would just be able to literally ask your team, all right, find a bunch of popular or good quotes from anywhere, hand them to me. We'll just give them a default template, a default background, and give it a cool text, and boom, done. And then put like dash Tony Stark or dash Steve Rogers or whatever.
It'd also be cool if you could add a way to tell who your main is, you know?
No, that's what I was saying. Like, you'd be able to choose your on your player profile. You'd be able to select your player icon, so your icon would imply who your main is. Because most people are gonna choose their for a player icon would choose the character they play the most.
Yeah.
So I would pick Iron Man because I play Iron Man the most. You'd probably be picking Captain America if you had the option, I would assume.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you play Captain America the most, so...
Black Widow. I'm starting
I don't like Kamala.
I'm against Black Widow. I'm just not for her
Really?
kind of playstyle.
I really like her heavy pistol. It feels so much like a sniper. However, I feel like once they add in the Hawkeyes, I'm not gonna really have much reason to play Widow anymore, because a lot of my appeal for Widow is how good of a sniper she is. And I feel like Hawkeye's just gonna be a much better sniper.
Yeah, people are like, hey, Crystal Dynamics, don't add 2 Hawkeyes. Give Hawkeye a sword because he can be Ronin. It's like, can he not have both a sword and a bow?
Okay, that would actually be sick. Okay, I feel like maybe Kate. Okay, so it's Kate Bishop, right? They're adding first. So Kate Bishop should be like because I doubt she'd be as skilled as Clint Barton, right? So she'd be like mid-range. She can't shoot quite as far as Clint can yet. So she's a mid-range player. She can shoot decently far, but has very little close-range options, but a ton of mid-range options. And then Clint Barton has really no effective mid-range options, but a ton of long-range options, and then a good amount of close-range options with a sword.
Yeah.
So, like, at mid-range, he's just okay because you're trying to use long-range abilities at mid-range, which, you know, not usually the best idea because you're not using what it's meant for. It's not going to work as well.
Sounds of someone struggling.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives them both a unique reason. Clint's going to be for either up close or really far away. But if you're going to be mid-range, then you're not going to want to use Clint. You're going to want to use, whatchamacallit?
Not again.
Kate Bishop. So in a, like, Vault mission, for example, if you want to stay away and not actually get up close and personal, Bishop would be your option. Because with Hawkeye, your only option would be to go up close and personal with the sword.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that could be a really good idea to give them enough of a difference to keep them similar, but give them their unique quirks.
If you're a Hawkeye main, you can be fine with Kate, or if you're a Kate, you can be fine with Hawkeye.
Because you're still essentially doing the same thing as your primary mode of, I guess, attacking. You're still aiming and firing a bow.
But it
just
gives them
the
that
only
difference.
difference is range, really. It's not a ton.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's keeping them different,
It's
too.
keeping them different enough to be interesting. Because if they're exactly the same,
They're not
then yeah, I get it.
There's no incentive.
Yeah, I get it. You want multiple, so when you're playing online, one person's not like, ugh, you got Iron Man or you got Hawkeye, and I don't want to play anymore because I don't get to play as a character I specialize in. But
you don't want to just flat out copy
it
and
just
paste.
feels pointless to spend all that time and money to add a copy paste character when you could add a brand new, completely different character instead, you know?
Yeah.
For the same price. It's just like, it would feel really pointless. And like it's just a waste of space when they could have been doing something much more efficient. Yeah, I still believe that game has a lot of potential. I feel like they're just not doing nearly enough with it right now. Which is a shame because I don't think if this game doesn't do better, they'll be allowed to do another Avenger game. Or Marvel-based game. Because, you know, Marvel has a lot of hype right now. If this game doesn't do good at some point,
Yeah, Marvel's
it's not
been
gonna
trying,
look good for them.
They've been trying to step it up with their games, with Spider-Man and all that.
It doesn't look good for you when MCU is doing so well, and this game's just did mid on release.
Yeah, and DC's beating them when it comes to games.
Which, in fairness, I feel like it's always done that, but
yeah. But I mean, now
they used to be better.
They're trying to get games like Spider-Man out and stuff like that now.
Spider-Man PS4 is so good, and I'm expecting. Okay, Spider-Cat though.
I've got you. Stay calm.
And Miles Morales, that really made me think like, I kind of want this game really badly now.
Fire and rescue do their jobs.
This makes me really wish it was on PC. Something so simple. I'm not sure if I should be ashamed of myself for being that invested in Spider-Cat.
It's something stupid. It's something stupid, but it's funny, and it just makes you want to just mess around with it.
That's the thing about most games. It's not the overall quality of the main game that typically decides whether or not people think it's a good game. It's the more minute details. It's the smaller stuff. The medium, the small range stuff. Yeah, you can be a great high budget game and look amazing. But in the end, you're only going to be seen as a good game if you don't have the details in there. The medium, the small, tiny stuff.
Can we also point out how good Insomniac is with pleasing their fan base and actually listening? Yeah,
for sure. On that topic, what the heck is going on with CD Projekt Red right now? They are typically so in tune with that kind of stuff. And right now they're just like, guys, sorry, we're drunk. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Honestly, I think I know what's happening with that. I think I can make a guess that's probably accurate, but I don't want to say, because it's technically based off of nothing except for speculation, but I feel like it's accurate. I'm just going to go over that after. Whatever. So, I think what's going on with them is that, because, you know, it's a very ambitious game. It's going to be the first game that really fully commits to the whole game being as interactive as real life is. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The first game that actually hits that mark to where it's fair to call it that.
Some spider work.
So it's very unpredictable with the process. Not many people have done anything similar to it, and no one's done anything this far, this complicated
We really
as
need
it.
to get better about organizing our work.
So there's going to be issues that come up for the first time ever. So it makes sense that sometimes they'll run into a brand new issue that they didn't know was going to be a thing. So I can understand some of these delays. However, what I can't understand is, why did they think there wouldn't be these issues? Why did they think it was ever a good idea to announce a release date for a game this ambitious in the first place? Why not just finish the game, or at least get it to a point where you know for a fact that there's no way any issues could come up, no matter what? Like, get it to like 99% done, and then start advertising it. Because something like this, if one thing comes up, it can delay it for so long, because it's just so random. That's how it is, because you don't know anything.
Dr. Octavius, what you got there?
Chinese. If I know you'd be here, I would have... What are you working on?
Oh, just a side project.
Of course.
I think after this mission, I'm
It's
gonna
you.
end the video,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna
I
start
don't know
a
what
new
you're
one.
Come on, Parker.
Yeah,
it's
call.
obvious.
Let me explain.
I only wish you'd told me sooner.
I wanted to, but I was afraid that if word got out, my family might be in danger.
Okay, at this point, I think we should just call this video like gaming news talk.
I guess
Where's the
if
big
you
Spider-Man
design
story?
these equipment, you're bound to be targeted.
It was like gaming news talk. ... Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
Spider-Man episode 1.
Don't worry.
You mean
Or
3?
episode whatever it is.
3.
Well,
Hey, that's it.
I'll leave
I
you
knew
to
it.
it.
See, told you. Yeah, I knew that.
It's like the only one that I remember. I don't even know where I am in the Arkham series. I still have 2.
See, this looks like Peter Parker. This looks like what if I were to imagine Peter Parker without thinking of any specific version of him, it would look something like this.
Check
I
your
mean, but
email.
they could have cleaned this one up a little bit more.
They could have cleaned it up, yeah. It looks amazing, but not perfect. They could have done some polishing to it for sure.
This isn't how Doc fires me.
I don't. Why? I just felt like it was completely. They made it sound. In their explanation, what I didn't like about it is it clearly was dishonest because the way they said it made it sound like it was essential. They couldn't have made the new game without changing the face, which is clearly just not true. That's a complete lie.
Right. What is Peter gonna do on the computer? Find out next time.